Up until now, I've been making videos about living in rural Britain on the Isle of Wight, but from today, all of my videos are going to focus on living in Korea for as long as I remain here. This video is going to focus on my trip to North Korea. Korea? South Korea? What? North Korea? Why do I think North Korea? Even though I knew I was going to Korea several weeks before I was actually leaving, even the night before I was about to get on the plane and I was packing to leave, I still didn't really feel like I was actually going to Korea. After spending most of the night awake, and discovering the miracle that's vacuum packing, allowing me to bring far more things than I could have otherwise fit, I left for the first leg of my journey. After a short boat ride, I was in Portsmouth, and the first main leg of my journey was a coach trip up to London. My grandpa convinced me to get a coach because it was only £20, while the train would be £80 to £100. Also, Heathrow Airport is kind of hard to get to by train. But there is one thing in Portsmouth that I wanted to spend a moment to show you guys, because it's absolutely awesome. So the gigantic boat behind me is the HMS Warrior, which was one of the biggest, well, it was the biggest battleship in the world by far when it was built in 1860, I believe. And the sad thing about Britain is we never kept any of our modern battleships from like World War II and stuff, but we did keep quite a few of our historic battleships, and Warrior is one of my favourites, and the only time it was ever actually deployed was to Japan, which was really interesting. So I've already left the island, and I didn't get any footage of the boat because I kind of seem to be a bit, well, I don't exactly travel light. I have a backpack on as well, so I'm already pretty exhausted, and I've barely done any walking yet, and I'm pretty sure at some point today I'm going to have issues with the amount of bags I have. It's probably going to be the airport, but the coach was okay, so that's a good start.
I've got everybody's suitcases, yeah? Yeah. Cool, excellent. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, take care.
You're the most happy coach driver I've ever seen.
That's right. It's only because it's Christmas.
It's nice, it's good.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm now at the airport. I'm here like half an hour before I'm actually allowed to check in, so I'm just going to have to sit with my bags for a bit. I feel like my arm's been literally like eaten by an alligator or something. And my suitcase is broken because, you know, I'm a poor person, so I can't actually pull the handle up, it's just stuck.
Three hours later.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty amazed that the airport's so busy because we're constantly talking about having another lockdown before Christmas. Yeah, like the airport is absolutely packed. I'm just glad I haven't got my suitcase to lug around anymore. I also love how, like, just to get to the gate, it's like a 20-minute walk. When I originally checked in, there was an issue because, like, my school, like, arranged my quarantine, but they didn't provide me any, like, written proof. So basically, I just showed them an email along with my visa and, like, tried to explain, and they let me through. But apparently, I might get detained when I actually arrive in Seoul. So that's going to be a lot of fun. There were three things that made me actually realise I was actually going to Korea. And the first one was when I was sitting in the waiting area and I realised, oh my god, I'm actually the only white person here and I'm completely surrounded by Korean people. It was time to board the flight, and that didn't change when I got on the plane. In fact, the air staff didn't really even speak English. It's like I walked through the gate to get on the plane and I just stepped from one country into another, kind of. But I still didn't really feel like I was going yet. This was just the first step that sort of made me realise, well, it's kind of happening. The plane itself was absolutely gigantic. It was a Boeing 777. I had only been on a 737 before, so I didn't realise how gigantic some of these planes actually got. The inside was absolutely huge. So it looks like I'm now on the plane. I was on the inside row, just over there. But I asked the stewardess if I could go and take the window seat because it seemed to be empty, and it looks like I've got the best seat on the entire plane because I have the window view and it's directly over the wing. So everyone knows that's pretty much the best spot you can get on a plane. So I'm going to really look forward to the takeoff and the landing. I love the takeoffs and the landings. And I've not been on a plane in a few years actually, quite a few years actually. I've never actually been on a really long flight before. The longest I think I've been is Canada. But they gave you a bunch of things. You get a bottle of water, which is good. Slippers? I think he said they were slippers, but they don't look like slippers. And whatever this is, which we're not allowed to take off. I don't know what it is. I guess a towel. And we have a pillow as well, because I guess it's an overnight flight. We're taking off at like 7 PM in the UK and we're landing in 2 in the afternoon. So I might try and get some sleep or I might not. But I guess we'll see how it goes. And the whole flight should take about 11 hours, maybe 12 hours if it's late, so. The second moment for me where I realised, oh wow, I'm going to Korea, was when I sat down and they started playing a trailer for the Airline. And it was just a weird K-pop dance trailer. Even airlines have K-pop dance routines. So we're going to be taking off in a minute. There's something that I really wanted to see, but I'm not going to get to see it because I think it's on the other side of the plane. At Heathrow Airport, there's actually a Concorde, and they usually just leave it out on the side, like with the other planes, like it's just on display. And I really wanted to see that Concorde, but I don't think I'm going to be able to see it. Here we go. We actually get free food, which is pretty good, and I've heard horror stories about airline food, but it doesn't look too bad at all actually. So I have some sort of bun, butter, salted butter, which is good, some sort of salad, which has lemon in, looks okay, and there's a cake of some kind, I think, and it looks like it's got cranberries, which looks pretty good, and in here there is beef stew, so there's cutlery there. I haven't been given chopsticks, which is good. There is some orange juice and there is some red wine to go with the beef, which is pretty good. I guess I now also have a reason to take my mask off, which is pretty good. Let's see, let's start with the bread. So we've got our bread. We'll see how it tastes. Let's have a look at the beef. The nightmares about airline food are as bad as I hear. Orange juice is really good, it's got bits in. I love bitty orange juice, gives some more flavour. Let's see. Actually, that's not bad at all, to be fair. Actually, that's shockingly good. Like, I was really expecting airline food to be like the worst thing ever, but this is actually really good. I'm not even going to complain. Wow. terrible. Maybe it's true in Europe and America, but maybe this is like Korean airline food. It's not bad. Wow. Really not bad at all. Starving hungry because I haven't eaten since I left my house like 9 o'clock this morning, and it's now almost 8 o'clock, so it's been like 11 hours since I've eaten. Wait, I didn't eat this morning. Yeah, that explains a lot. Yeah, I totally forgot. Actually, this morning I was in such a rush to leave because I thought the flight was at 5, but it was at 7, so we went to go really early, and then we got here really early and I didn't get to have breakfast or anything, so I just realised I haven't eaten all day, and this is the first thing I've eaten. Maybe that's why it tastes so good. Or not. Thank you very much. I'm actually shocked. I thought airline food was meant to be really terrible, but it's not bad at all. Thank you. Not only do we get free food, it's actually really good. We get free top-ups of wine as well. This is amazing. Why didn't I fly to Korea on an 11-hour flight sooner? I thought I was going to be suffering tonight, but apparently not. Fantastic. Let's see our dessert. Little spoon. Haven't had to come over the chopsticks now, so let's have a look. No way. It can't be a cheesecake. It can't be. No. This is a cheesecake. No. Like, this is basically a luxury meal for me. Cheesecake is like my favourite thing ever, literally. I love cheesecake more than anything. I think it's cherry. I'm gonna guess it's cherry. I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10. Like, the cream is really good. The shortbread is a little bit like thin, but I think it's okay because you really just get the cream and the cherry. It tastes pretty good. Even if the base would be a little bit nicer and thicker. I'm just coming to the conclusion that I also think I'm basically the only non-Korean person on this entire section of the plane. Like, just looking around, I think I'm literally the only one. But it's really good. I'm in a happy place right now. Like, genuinely, this is brilliant. My entire, like, perception of airline food is completely gone. Like, maybe the Americans will disappoint me one day, but at least as far as, like, Korean airlines go, they have pretty good airplane food. I'm genuinely impressed. First perceptions before I even arrive. It's like my first perception before I even arrive is just, I'm going to expect good things. When they can make airline food good, you've got to be expecting good things coming up, not airline food. And I was told the other day that Korean food isn't very good by my Chinese friend in Korea. I don't believe that. I think they're going to have good food. If airline food is good, regular food can't be bad. That's so cool. So we've literally got like this map that shows us where we are, and we can see that we're about to fly over Latvia. I love it. That's like the coolest thing ever. I think it's about time I go to sleep, so I can't see anything, but it's good to get some sleep while it's still dark outside. After I had slept for a solid 6 or 7 hours, I woke up and opened the window next to me, and my first response was just, holy shit. I think we were flying over Mongolia, or Inner Mongolia in China. But the view was absolutely amazing, and I really was just shocked that I had just woken up seconds ago and looked out the window to see such an amazing view. A little bit of land you can see in the distance. This for you, well, that's North Korea. So overall, I actually really enjoyed my flight to Korea. I thought I was going to suffer like the flight to Canada, but despite the flight being twice as long, it was actually pretty enjoyable. I slept pretty well, I had good food, I had wine, and I was pretty comfortable. As the plane landed, there was a big Korean flag flying in the distance, and I realised I was actually in Korea. But if I had any doubt whatsoever, then that was quickly alleviated the moment I got off the plane and into the corridor towards the arrival lounge.
First thing I find in Korea is that. Oh god.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed my journey from the UK to South Korea, and coming up after this you're going to get the entire journey of my wonderful time in quarantine, which is thankfully due to end tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.